Hello there, people of YouTube, and welcome to the Spike Hair Podcast for another movie review, where I'll be talking about Military Wives, directed by Peter Catalano and starring Kirsten Scott Thomas, Sharon Horgan, and Jason Flemyng. I was lucky enough to see this at a Cineworld Unlimited screening last Tuesday, I believe it was, and it is about time that I brought you my review of this. It doesn't come out for a couple of weeks, so I just want to give you my first thoughts of the film. But before I do get into the review, if you do like what I do on this channel, please feel free to drop a like on the video and consider hitting that subscribe button. It would really help a lot. And without further ado, let's get right into the review. So this film is based off the first ever military choir set up by Kate and Lisa, who are two polar opposite characters, as a way to help the wives cope with the fact that their husbands and wives are out fighting in Afghanistan. This happened around 2009, 2010, 2011, something around that time, because I do remember vividly the news of these women breaking out and their single breaking the UK top 100. I think it made number one, I can't quite remember, but I do remember growing up in that time period where the Afghanistan war was a big thing, so it was really nice to see this little wholesome little story being brought to life. Kate and Lisa by far are the things that hold this film together, much like the choir. You have Lisa, who is one of the girls who just likes to hang out with them and get to know them on a personal level, and you have Kate, who's more of your uptight, upper class woman whose husband is the corporal or general, one of the two, and she likes to do things by the book and be quite a perfectionist on this. The choir starts purely because they're trying to brainstorm some ideas on what they can do to pass the time until their husband's return. Someone suggests singing, they start making the choir, someone just happens to have some really good pipes on them, and boom, we have a choir. And for those of you that know the real story, they did go to play the Royal Albert Hall, and the film is all about the lead up to that big performance that became a game changer, that did lead to well over 100 women's choirs now being set up for the military. As I've already said, Kate and Lisa have a great dynamic. They are constantly at odds with each other, but they also respect each other. There is a lot of passive aggressiveness that comes with Kate towards Lisa a lot of the time, and they are both going through their own struggles. Lisa has her husband away. She has to look after her teenage daughter, who's going on a bit of a wild child path, whereas Kate, her husband's away, and her son unfortunately tragically did die in Afghanistan. So a lot of her arc is dealing with that loss. It's very difficult to describe into words. It's a very wholesome thing to watch, and it is a highly enjoyable experience. The singing scenes are really good. Just seeing them going from this ragtag bunch of girls that don't know the first thing about choir performances to just being these absolute angels at the Royal Albert Hall. It's such a good transition to watch, and I enjoyed every second of it. There are conflicts, of course, and there are some things that happen that cause some things to be called into question. But overall, it's just a nice little journey from start to finish. The cinematography in this is done quite well, and the characterizations of these girls, while you're not going to remember every single name of every single member, they all have their unique niches. I think my personal favourite is the one that's a massive QPR fan, and she's always talking about the football. Like, she's the kind of person that you just want to go to the pub and have a pint with. And there's that one character that really enjoys knitting. And there's just the shy one that just so happens to be the one with the strongest pipes, as is expected with a lot of these sorts of films. It's very School of Rock, where the quiet one happens to be the best singer in the entire lot. And you have the loud, rambunctious one that is just full of enthusiasm, but isn't actually that great of a singer. But the effort is there, and we do enjoy it. There are a lot of emotional scenes in this, couple of key, powerful ones that I won't go into because this film is not out yet. I don't want to spoil everything, but for what it's worth, the cast do act really well in this. There was no real stand-up performance, but if I had to pick one, I would say it's Kirsten Scott Thomas, just because I feel like Kay has the more emotional arc to go through in the film. But overall, what I can really say about this film is it's just something for everybody. It's a wholesome little story. It's based on true events, but it's not like a big political drama or a war film like a lot of true films are these days. It's perfect for families, maybe not for little kids, but like for kids that are age 9 and above take them to the cinema to watch it, you have a good time with it. Take your date to the cinema to watch this. Heck, if you just enjoy wholesome films in general, just go watch it. Go watch it with friends. It is a nice little capsule of a film. It's nothing groundbreaking, and it's not a bad film either. Every cast member does a good job. It's a great little story, and it has a very optimistic message. So my overall thoughts, there's some solid performances. The cinematography is good. The sound mixing is really good. And it's just a heartwarming tale. It's wholesome, it's heartwarming, and when it does come out, I feel like people should go watch this film. Purely because I can't see anyone not at least liking this film. It's one of those nice little heartwarming tales that we don't get a whole lot of in cinema these days, and I feel like people will enjoy it. For me personally, my overall grading of this is that Military Wives is an okay cup of tea. So, Military Wives, have you all seen it, and what is your favourite wholesome movie that is based off real events? Let me know down in the comments below, and until next time guys, this is that Spikehead Podcast, signing off. Hey, thank you for watching, and thank you for making it to the end of the video. While you are here, if you haven't done it yet, please feel free to drop a like and consider hitting that subscribe button for more views coming all the time. And also, while you are here, there are some other videos over there that you might want to sink your teeth into. Have a good day guys, and do enjoy.